Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. Let's do the whole darn weekend. Saturday, January the 11th is National Arkansas Day, National Human Trafficking Awareness Day. That's sad that that's even a thing.
It is. It's disgusting.
It is. National Milk Day as well. National Step in a Puddle and Splash Your Friends Day. And National Vision Board Day. You ever do a vision board? You know what that is? It's where you cut out pictures of things you want.
Yeah,
stick
that
them
you
all
want
on
to see in the future. Yes.
You ever do that?
No.
I've never done that either. I see people that do it. I'm not knocking it if you do that kind of thing. Sunday, January the 12th, National Curried Chicken Day, National Kiss a Ginger Day, National Marzipan Day, National Pharmacist Day, and National Sunday Supper Day. All of those things happening this weekend. And I've got a guest that we're going to be talking to, Jennifer Pickett. She is a nutritionist and a dietitian, and she's got some little tips and tricks and all kinds of cool stuff to help us, keep those resolutions. Okay, we're halfway through the month. A lot of people are already done with that, but we're going to learn more in a bit.
Student loan debt is out of control for many people. Are you one of them? The average graduate walks away with anywhere from $25,000 to $40,000 in student loans. Believe it or not, 2% even manage to owe over $100,000 by the time they graduate. If you have several different student loans, let us consolidate them into one loan and one payment at singlestudentloan.com. If you have only one student loan, we may be able to offer you a better rate to help you get that loan paid off sooner at singlestudentloan.com. That's singlestudentloan.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. A survey by the University of the Netherlands found that kids eat healthier dinners after watching cooking shows with healthy ingredients. So if they're learning about, I just smacked my microphone, sorry about that. If they're learning about eating healthy, chances are they'll actually want to eat healthy. So I think that's probably true.
I agree with that.
The exact opposite is true. I've been watching television, not thinking anything of it, and then you see something that's not so healthy on TV, and you're like, wow, that looks good. Now I want that. So I suppose just plant healthy seeds, and healthy seeds will grow. Thanks for listening to Surveys and Studies and Such, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
When was the last time you got a new credit card? If you have a card that's been in your purse or wallet for a long time, you should check and see if you're getting the best rates. You may find a better credit card that will give you the points you want or cashback options you don't get right now. At BetterCreditCards.com, you see all the major credit card companies and their best offers. Let them compete to earn your business. And if the one you have right now is better, keep it. Find a card that's a better fit for you at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
This is Your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by Time4Rehab.com. A Florida woman was arrested and charged with a DUI on New Year's Day when police caught her going 107 miles per hour down the road. That's a bit fast. 22-year-old April Moyer was arrested at 1:30 a.m. So this
Down
was early.
Are we on an interstate? Are we in a school zone?
Interstate. January 1st, 1:30 a.m. She was speeding north, 107 miles per hour in a 65 mile per hour zone.
Okay.
Pulled her over, say they noticed that she showed signs that she was under the influence of alcohol. Arrest report said she had poor balance, bloodshot eyes, and glassy eyes. She performed poorly on a field sobriety test. They found Jell-O shots and beer in her vehicle and an open container of vodka as well. She was arrested on misdemeanor charge of driving under the influence. Never, ever, 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 ever do that. It's a bad idea. Always get a designated driver. You can read this story if you'd like. It's in the show notes for today, and you can find it also at Time4Rehab.com. Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. The 3 highest money winners in the game show's history are competing.
I saw this. This is so cool. I would actually watch this, and I haven't watched Jeopardy for...
Me neither.
I couldn't even tell you how long.
You know how dumb I would feel, though?
But I would watch this.
So the 3 top winners, James, Ken, and Brad, well, on a first-name basis here, they compete in back-to-back games this week. I don't know if they've... Wow, Heidi. She's got her phone cranked.
so
Can you turn your ringer
I
down
am
a little
doing
bit,
that
please?
right now. I
That's
am
probably,
so sorry.
Probably somebody calling to see if Heidi's going to be on the show.
Yeah, if I'm going to be on Jeopardy.
So here's the thing I tell you. You don't need a spoiler alert because I don't know who's winning. I don't know who's ahead. I don't know if they're completely done. I got this story Monday, Tuesday this week.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So they're going to continue to play until one of them hits the $1 million prize.
I would watch that. I mean, that seems really cool to me. Like the best of the best all competing.
So one of them needs to win 3 consecutive nights to win the $1 million prize.
Wow,
anyway,
okay.
Sounds fascinating. That's going to do it for Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
It's a new year. Have you made a resolution to quit drinking or to finally get away from drugs for good? These are both habits that are hard to kick, but you can do it. We want to help you. TimeForRehab.com is here to help you find the help you need with your particular situation. If you want to make this year the year you get the help you need to live a normal life again, start with a little help from us at TimeForRehab.com. That's TimeForRehab.com.
Now your scoop of the day brought to you by FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. You okay over there?
I'm okay.
All right, just want to make sure.
I'm okay.
Tesla is now the most valuable American car company ever with a value of $83 billion. With
Why?
A B. I
Do
don't
you know anybody who has one?
I do.
I don't.
I know people that have
You
Teslas.
do not. You're
All
just
of
trying
my-
to sound smart and
All
sophisticated.
of my friends drive Teslas, Heidi. I don't know who you hang out with driving a Ford Pinto.
The same people you hang out
that's
with.
right. Nothing wrong with a Ford Pinto, by the way, if that's what you happen to drive. No, I do.
Love
I
to have
do
a
know.
Pinto.
I do know somebody that has a Tesla, and I don't have one.
No,
But to fit
most
in-
people don't.
To fit in, what I do is I park in that zone, and then I just plug in like a yellow or a bright orange extension cord, and I have it just going under the hood of my car. Then people think I put like a conversion or something. But it's not really doing anything. A Florida woman was arrested for attacking a McDonald's employee who charged her for extra dipping sauce. We need to calm down at these restaurants. I understand it's food.
Like
you're
everywhere
hangry.
I go, I get charged for extra dipping sauce. So
calm down,
who
people.
loses their temper over it? It's
This
like
lady.
what, maximum 50 cents? It's
This lady.
ridiculous.
We'll figure out. We'll get more details, I'm sure. The Iranian government is refusing to hand over the black box from that airliner that crashed near Tehran Tuesday. So they're like, nope, we're not going to let you guys see what's going on. So that's a bit suspicious.
Yeah, it is.
Have you ever heard of this person, Nicki Minaj?
Yes, I have.
What do you know about Nicki Minaj?
I know nothing
Okay.
about Nicki
Well,
Minaj.
Here's what I know of Nicki Minaj.
I know what she looks like.
So there you go. That's what I know as well. I don't know much else. I know she's a
Right.
singer, and I know that what she looks like.
Right.
And here's the thing that's interesting. There was a wax figure that went on display in Berlin this last week, and the internet has not been kind.
Okay.
But Nicki Minaj says she loves her wax figure that's now on display in Berlin, despite the fact that the internet has been trashing it all week long. She's like, I think it's fine. People are like, it looks fake.
It's
And
a
they're
wax figure.
And then she's going, yeah, but I am fake. Oh, no, that's not what she's saying. Hey, a Coca-Cola truck ran into a home in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
That's all I have for the story.
All
I think
righty.
I could have maybe used one more line when I was copying that one. And we'll get to this. We're into the new year now. What is it? Like a week and a half, a little over a week. And by now, if you made a resolution, there is a 50% chance you've already broken that resolution. But by the end of this month, there's a 90% chance that you will be done with your resolution. 90% chance by the end of the month. If you struggle with that, be sure to keep listening because we've got a person that's going to talk about how to keep your resolutions. That's coming up in a while. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Student loan debt is out of control for many people. Are you one of them? The average graduate walks away with anywhere from $25,000 to $40,000 in student loans. Believe it or not, 2% even manage to owe over $100,000 by the time they graduate. If you have several different student loans, let us consolidate them into one loan and one payment at singlestudentloan.com. If you have only one student loan, we may be able to offer you a better rate to help you get that loan paid off sooner at singlestudentloan.com. That's singlestudentloan.com.
JenniferPickett.com. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Super excited to visit with Jennifer Pickett. She is one of the country's leading dietitians, and she's got a lot of cool stuff going on here in January. How you doing, Jennifer?
I'm fantastic. How are you, John?
I am fantastic as well. Thank you very much for taking the time to chat. I know this is a busy time of year because there are a lot of people who make these resolutions. There's some, sadly, that are probably already done with them by now. But one of the big resolutions every year is to be healthier. And you've got InspiredHealthyHarmony.com, that website set up with a lot of different tools for people to get some tips and some little ideas on how to make things a little easier to stick to those New Year's resolutions, right?
Yes, that is so true. I firmly believe that we cannot move forward until we identify what's been holding us back. And there's been a lot of Januaries that have come and gone. We've set goals, we've set resolutions, and we've maybe kept a few of those, but let most of those fall to the side. So I've developed several things that have really helped folks identify those barriers, those obstacles that they keep running into time and time again. I think it's really time for a different approach, a unique approach where we look at the whole body, mind, and soul, and look at how that relates to our total health. We need some harmony. Forget the word balance. We need a little bit of harmony.
And I think most people would probably like to have a little bit of harmony in their life. And when I'm on your website here, one of the things that I'm looking at is there's a place on here for coaching and for different programs. You do coaching, like one-on-one coaching, or how does the coaching work?
I do one-on-one coaching, and what's so cool about it is that I do it over Zoom. I do it online. So that means I have folks all over the country. This is perfect for busy professionals, and I coach people online. So I use a medium called Zoom, and they can see me, I can see them, and I coach them every single week. And it's amazing the results that we get from that, because we really are trying to get to the heart of the issue, the root problem. So if someone has not been able to lose weight, why is that? If someone is struggling with depression and anxiety, why is that? So we're really trying to get to the why. We're really trying to address that root problem. And in that one-on-one coaching, you're looking at a very, very customized, personalized approach. And that is really the way to go. People find it very, very empowering and encouraging as well.
Now, what would you say are some of the major things that people struggle with? So if I say I'm planning to, get my life in order here for 2020 and I want to lose some weight, what are the big drawbacks or like the setbacks that people typically find themselves having?
Yeah, that's a great question, John. Two of the biggest obstacles that I think people typically neglect to address are sleep and stress. So specifically, lack of sleep or poor sleep quality and poor stress management. And so usually when people come to me, they are so ready to lose weight. They want the list of foods to eat, the list of foods to avoid, and they figure that I'm going to tell them to exercise more, and that's it. And clearly this needs a little bit more of a comprehensive approach. So we have to look at our mental and emotional health. What are those voices in our head telling us? Is there some guilt and some shame that we need to let go of from the past, from failing at health efforts in the past? And what about our spiritual health? What are we doing to nourish our soul? Are we taking some quiet time? What are we doing to manage our stress? Or do we continue to burn the candle at both ends and expect our body to keep up? So it takes a very, very holistic or whole self approach to have some success, and it does require digging in deep and looking at those barriers and those obstacles. But I've definitely seen that sleep and stress are two of those huge, huge obstacles that we're all running into.
And that's one of those things where you kind of just need to make a plan, don't you? If you don't make a plan, it's going to happen for you, and you probably won't get enough sleep, and you probably will have too much stress. So you just kind of need to make a plan and follow it.
You're exactly right. And so it obviously first requires identifying that obstacle. So if we're talking about sleep, for instance, looking at what are some things that could be hindering sleep. That is the beauty of working with the health coach in that private setting, in that one-on-one setting, where a coach can help you identify, hey, I think these things might be interfering with your sleep. And then from a stress management standpoint, hey, what does my body do when I'm stressed? And what can I do? What kind of plan can I have in place to help my body manage that stress? What can I do to dial back the body's stress response And then an eating plan. John, you're exactly right. I mean, just kind of taking a review. Okay, what am I eating? What changes do I need to make?
Well, Jennifer, thank you very much for doing what you're doing to help people, and I appreciate you taking some time to chat with us about it today.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm really excited to have both a podcast and cooking videos coming up. I take a very simple and realistic approach to this. It's got to be simple. It's got to be realistic to our busy lifestyles. And so the podcast and the cooking videos start next week. You can find me on Instagram at Inspire Healthy Harmony. I would love for you to follow me there. Also, the website, like you said before, is InspireHealthyHarmony.com. And you and I were just talking weight loss. So my very first podcast, it launches on Tuesday, January 7th, talks about the myths of weight loss. I think you guys will absolutely love it.
Very nice. Jennifer, thank you again.
Thank you, John. I appreciate you. I hope you have a good day.
Absolutely. Again, Jennifer Pickett, and her website, if you'd like to know more, is InspireHealthyHarmony.com.
Want to make your sweetheart smile next month for Valentine's Day? Find some fun, matching shirts at FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. We have a whole collection of fun shirts for you lovebirds.
My wife rocks.
My man rocks.
We also have many silly shirts that will make you smile any day of the year.
My ex-wife was a trophy wife.
Participation trophy.
Find something fun for a loved one, friend, or for yourself at FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. That's FunkyMonkeyShirts.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
In 1998, Sony accidentally sold 700,000 camcorders that had technology to see through your clothing. Wait a minute, what?
Oh.
They had a special lens that could use infrared light, meaning it could be used like as night vision, but it also allowed you to see right through some types of clothing. That sound you hear are all the perverts that are listening going to the internet trying to find that. There you go. I've got a link to that in the show notes if you want to read all the details. I mean, so you could search for research purposes, I'm sure. Would you want one of those?
No.
Me neither. Not even a little bit. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
When was the last time you got a new credit card? If you have a card that's been in your purse or wallet for a long time, you should check and see if you're getting the best rates. You may find a better credit card that will give you the points you want or cashback options you don't get right now. At BetterCreditCards.com, you see all the major credit card companies and their best offers. Let them compete to earn your business. And if the one you have right now is better, keep it. Find a card that's a better fit for you at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Now some news headlines from somewhere in this world. Dateline, Australia. Australian Instagram star Tammy Hembrow is being slammed on Instagram for posting a racy photo during the brush fires. So they've had devastation there.
Yeah.
A lot of fires. She decided she's going to go online and do her part to help, Heidi.
Okay.
She posted a photo of her in a pink bikini and a tank top that somebody dumped water on, like a wet T-shirt contest thing, trying to help raise money. She's like, donate.
How is that going to raise
Well, because she put a link on there saying, hey, she was trying to get people to stop scrolling, going, oh, wow, what's going on here? And then in the post, she was saying, hey, you should donate to help with this cause. That makes sense. The internet has gone insane over this. People have been very, very mean.
You think that makes sense? That doesn't make any sense at all to me.
In her mind, I guarantee it made sense. And somebody just scrolling through on Instagram, I guarantee you they probably stopped if they saw.
Let me guess, you fell for this and you donated to the...
I didn't even look at the picture. I have a link to it if you want to see it, but I didn't do it.
This is a great idea. I donated $400.
I spent 9 hours on research on this program here. I did not. News headlines here from somewhere in this world.
It's a new year. Have you made a resolution to quit drinking or to finally get away from drugs for good? These are both habits that are hard to kick, but you can do it. We want to help you. TimeForRehab.com is here to help you find the help you need with your particular situation. If you want to make this year the year you get the help you need to live a normal life again, start with a little help from us at TimeForRehab.com. That's TimeForRehab.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A man from Thunder Bay, Ontario was facing charges of using a harmonica to steal a phone from a hotel clerk. Wait a minute. What?
A harmonica?
There's a lot
Did he
going
pretend like
on
it was a
there.
gun?
Well, it says police say they were called to the hotel in response to a report of an armed robbery. The front desk clerk reported a man had brandished a metal object that he thought was a gun, and he took his cell phone and then, fled the scene, or fled the scene.
the scene. You are a professional.
The scene. Police say they... Should I just stop? Police went after the guy, and they said, "Hey, you there with that harmonica?" They found the musical instrument and the missing cell phone. The 23-year-old man who fled the scene is facing 3 charges, including robbery with an offensive weapon. Yes, a harmonica is now an offensive weapon.
It is if you pretend like it is.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Now your moment of duh, brought to you by SingleStudentLoan.com. According to Florida police, incensed that she would have to pay extra for dipping sauces at a McDonald's, a customer there threatened to rob the restaurant and warned that she would get the condiments, quote, by whatever means necessary.
Wow.
So we mentioned this earlier in the program. Here's the rest of the story. 19-year-old McLaughlin arrived at a McDonald's at 3:45 a.m. on January the 1st.
See, this is the problem. These places that are open 24 hours, and then they're shocked when stuff happens at ridiculous hours.
Ordered a large amount of food. She paid for it at the drive-thru, and she lives about 5 miles from a restaurant. Asked for some dipping sauces, one in each flavor. An employee responded and said each packet's going to cost $0.25. At that point, there was a verbal altercation. She began yelling profanities at the employee, stating she would rob the establishment if she doesn't get her dipping sauces. When questioned by police, they detected alcohol on her breath. Imagine that.
No.
The teenager's eyes were glossy and the speech was slurred. She was arrested for disorderly conduct and resisting arrest. So, there you go. That's what happens when your brain's on drugs. Usually we say that earlier in the program.
But it applies here as well.
This applies, and it's just today's moment of duh.
When was the last time you got a new credit card? If you have a card that's been in your purse or wallet for a long time, you should check and see if you're getting the best rates. You may find a better credit card that will give you the points you want or cashback options you don't get right now. At bettercreditcards.com, you see all the major credit card companies and their best offers. Let them compete to earn your business. And if the one you have right now is better, keep it. Find a card that's a better fit for you at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, fake news or Florida. Heidi, tell me, is this a true story from the great state of Florida, or is it fake news made up just to trick you and to amuse me?
Okay.
All right. Fake news or Florida? A Clearwater, Florida man told police the 3 syringes they found in his rectum were not his. Fake news or Florida? Oh, what do you think here, Heidi?
I'm going to say Florida.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say rectum. Darn near killed him.
It is a Florida. It's a true story. I think you knew that it was a true story because I would have never said that if it was fake news. I wouldn't have. You know I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have made that up, and I wouldn't have picked it if somebody else made it up. But it's a true story. How does that even happen?
Those aren't mine. How'd those end up there? I don't know whose those are.
I sat down in the subway and, by golly, this has been Fake News or Florida on the John and Heidi Show. This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of bettercreditcards.com. And I think this is kind of cool. California firefighters are heading to Australia to help out.
That's cool.
So several firefighters from Southern California have decided they are going to go and help in southern Wales and Victoria with the massive brush fires that are burning there.
It's absolutely horrible.
It is. And it says the Angeles National Forest Service. They're sending 20 veteran firefighters, and Forest Service spokesperson said that they're coming from all parts of the area, and these are people who battled the Saddle Ridge fire back in October.
Yep.
They are going to be flying there this week. The chief said this is definitely kind of a once-in-a-career opportunity for many folks. They have experience leading crews themselves, and they have anywhere from 5 years to 20 years of experience. So they're going to be heading over there to hopefully get that all under control. I think it's really, really cool that they're doing that. It says Australian firefighters come here to train with us and to fight fires. We're returning the favor to them. The firefighters will be in Australia for about a month. Thanks for listening on a weekend edition of the John and Heidi Show. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. If you want a link to this story or any of the other things we talked about, or I should say many of the other things we've talked about, I've got links to those in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.